Today I want to shine the spotlight on a scene from the latest episode of The Acolyte that I haven't seen talked about much, and it's the discussion between Vernestra Rwoh and a senator named Chuwant. This series is telling a very personal story about two sisters who have been affected by the Jedi, but I think we're also going to see how that personal story will affect the entire Jedi Order in a huge way moving forward in history, and I think we can see all of that in this short conversation that lasts all of 30 seconds. I talked about this already in my review for the episode, but want to expand on it a little more. As far as the series goes, this scene gives us a better look at the political enemies of the Jedi. Up until now, all we had was Vernestra's vague mention that they existed, but now we're hearing what they're actually after, and it doesn't sound so bad. Chuwant says a senator named Rwoh Accord is gaining support for an external review of the Jedi Order. Basically, it sounds like this Rwoh Accord doesn't like that the Jedi get to run around the galaxy helping people without any oversight of the Senate, but Chuwant says there's nothing to worry about because the Jedi have always been transparent with the Senate. In other words, the Jedi Order has always been honest with the Senate, but we know that's not exactly true. I'm sure the Jedi Council has been as honest as they can be, but what if there was a group of Jedi that covered up something bad on, say, the planet Brindok? What if a bunch of witches died under their watch? Whether or not it winds up being their fault, we know they covered something up. Something went down and they weren't honest. So, if Rwoh Accord finds out, he could use that as ammunition that the Jedi can't be trusted to tell the whole truth and push for more governmental oversight. This is all kind of like the Sovia Accords in the MCU, the thing that sparks the fight within the Avengers. The debate surrounding the Sovia Accords is very relevant to what we see happening in the Acolyte. The Jedi should be held accountable for their actions. Accountability is important. They have power and they need to hold themselves to a higher standard because of it. But having to answer to the Galactic Republic? The Jedi Order is an institution that we can already see starting to stumble, but now that's going to be put under the oversight of another institution? I don't think that's the answer. As Steve puts it in Civil War, the Avengers would be run by people with agendas that can be changed or even bought. He says that if the Avengers signed the Sovia Accords, they would surrender their right to choose. They might be sent somewhere they don't think they should go, or they might be stopped from going where they're needed. Like if, I don't know, some Jedi make their way to Tatooine and see a bunch of slaves and they just have to shrug because it's outside their jurisdiction. This all goes back to the Stranger's goal way back in the first episode. He wants to kill the dream of the Jedi. They're seen as heroes? Let's change that. Let's show the galaxy that they can lie. Let's tie one hand behind their back by making them answer to the Senate. You need help, but the Jedi won't come to save you? Oh, sorry, you're outside of Republic space. And over the course of another 100 years, that will ripple out until we see the Jedi Order of the prequel era, and Palpatine continues that work. He continues to destroy the dream and reputation of the Jedi. He manufactures a war and makes keepers of the peace generals on the front lines. He chips away at their principles, once again lowering public opinion of the Order so that when he finally has the Jedi killed, galactic citizens don't just accept it, they applaud it. It was a small moment in The Acolyte. It doesn't have as much to do with the story surrounding Sol, Osha, and May, but in terms of the large galactic stakes, I think it's fantastic. A stepping stone for the grand plan of the Sith that won't come to fruition for over another century. I love how much those 30 seconds got my mind racing, so thanks for letting me talk about it. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.